Welcome to Cinema Bites. Your go-to for movie recaps in a flash. Big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The movie begins in South Korea, where a pharmaceutical company is trying to develop a cure for terminally ill patients. They kidnap homeless people and conduct illegal experiments on them. This leads to the outbreak of a dangerous virus, and one of the infected manages to escape. At the same time, a car breaks down due to a punctured tire. A man named John arrives with a winch, reassures the driver, and tows the car to his workshop. He repairs the tire and adds oil, but the customer is shocked when John charges $1,250. The customer questions the high price, leading to a humorous exchange. The customer reluctantly pays and leaves in a hurry. Meanwhile, John's pregnant wife is saving money for their baby. John's father, named Man, hears strange noises while in the bathroom and suspects a thief. However, he encounters a zombie, mistakes it for a burglar, and confronts it. The zombie bites him and escapes. At that moment, Hayu was walking and saw the zombie coming toward her. She kicked him. Suddenly, a wild dog appeared and attacked them. At that time, her brother, Bark, returned from travel and saw his sister coming toward him. He said, "My dear, I've missed you." Then he saw the zombie coming toward him, so he ran with his sister, but she fell. The zombie got closer to her, but John hit it with a car and saved her. John looked at it and was shocked it was still alive, but ran away. John spent the whole day anxious and said, "I'm afraid that guy will sue me." But Bark reassured him, saying, "You were defending your sister." At that time, someone arrived in an ambulance and went straight to sleep. His only dream was to go to Hawaii, but was no money. At that moment, she heard a sound coming from the warehouse. She called her father, thinking it might be a thief. It was the zombie. The father said, "That's the thief who bit my head. Bring the shovel and call your siblings quickly." She said to John, "Help me. There's a thief downstairs." The zombie fainted. John was scared it might have died and that he'd be in trouble. When Bark arrived, he was shocked and asked, "Who killed it?" John said, "Your father." Bark replied, "That didn't happen. Your brother killed it." Suddenly, the zombie woke up and they got scared and locked it up. From its appearance, they suspected it wasn't a normal human. Bark said, "This is the guy who bit my head." John said, "I hit him with the car and nothing happened to him." Bark said, "From his behavior, he seems like a zombie." He showed them a movie about zombies to explain what a zombie is. They realized their father would turn into a zombie. He said, "I'm not afraid of becoming a zombie because I know you're my children, and you'll be kind to me." They hit him with a taser on the head and locked him in his car. The next day, they had breakfast, but John had no appetite. Meanwhile, their father woke up and escaped through the car's sunroof. He entered without saying a word and sat at the table. Juja shook the pan in case he attacked her. Suddenly, he made a strange sound, but Bark hit him and knocked him out. When she approached the zombie, she discovered he loved cabbage. She went to get him extra cabbage. At that moment, Juja restrained him to pull out his teeth so he wouldn't bite anyone. The surprise was that instead of turning into a zombie, he became young again, shocking everyone. He couldn't believe what happened. He approached the zombie in his happiest moment and said, "You made me 20 years younger." He started dancing. John told his brother, "The virus has spread throughout his brain." After a while, his friend said, "My wedding is in 2 days. If you make me young again, I'll get you a ticket to Hawaii." He agreed and thought of exploiting the zombie to become rich. The next day, his elderly friends came and asked him to make them young again. However, the zombie is eventually kidnapped by Mark, who plans to sell it to a pharmaceutical company. Police intervene, and the zombie is taken to the station. After some misunderstandings, Man convinces the police to release the zombie, referring to it as his son. The family devises a plan to continue using the zombie for profit. They create a setup where elderly clients can insert their hands through a wall to get bitten. The zombie's teeth are replaced with dentures, and ketchup is used to mask the bites. The plan works, and the clients successfully regain their youth. The business becomes wildly successful, attracting large crowds and generating significant income for the family. However, complications arise as the story unfolds, leading to humorous and unexpected money. And they enter their father's car, the warehouse, so the zombie can live inside it. They bring him a gift because he was the one who helped them. She shaves his hair so he looks clean. At night, she overhears Bark making a deal with a doctor to sell the zombie. She tries to rescue him and leaves him in the forest forest to escape. When Bark enters and finds him gone, he gets furious and searches for him everywhere until he finds him in the forest. He takes him and heads to the airport. Meanwhile, the owner of the man gets married and causes chaos. The problem is that during the wedding, all the old people who turned young became zombies. They worship the healthy people and turn them into zombies. Bark sees the zombies attacking people, so he runs away. John, his sister, and his wife return home, unaware of what happened. They meet their father's friend. He tries to bite him, but Joe hits him with a pan. They find the entire village attacking them, so they quickly enter the house. They put pots on their heads and prepare themselves to fight the zombies. Suddenly, the zombies break into the house, so they escape through the window. They walk on top of the warehouse and come down through the roof opening. At this time, Bark arrives with a car full of fireworks and starts shooting at the zombies. John tells him, "What are you doing, you crazy? You're standing at a gas station." The problem is that the sparks ignite the rest of the fireworks and it turns into a party. All the zombies see the light and head towards it. Bark hides in their father's car. At this time, Joe feels like she's about to give birth and John doesn't know what to do. But Bark comes up with a brilliant idea. He tells John to tie a wire to the car he came in so they can pull the car his wife is in. He also tells him to wear the zombies' clothes so they won't smell him. In the end, they both go up and try to act like zombies. John is shocked that all of them are staring at him with their mouths open. They are forced to turn around and continue. An old man keeps sniffing his clothes. John is terrified, and they walk this way until they reach the car. John connects the wire to the car and enters with his brother. They search for the key but can't find it. After all this, they discover they left it at home. John goes back to get it, but as he's walking, he makes noise, attracting the zombies. At this time, his wife gives birth, and the baby cries loudly. The zombies move towards the warehouse. When John enters the house, he makes a heroic move and finds the keys. But he can't escape the zombies. On the other side, the zombies try to enter through the roof opening, but she saves the situation. She stands in front of the car and surprisingly, the zombie with them stands beside her to help. On the other side, John throws the key to Bark. Unfortunately, the zombies gather around him and bite him. He cries because he wants to see his son before he dies. Bark bids him farewell for the last time and drives the car to pull them. But there's an obstacle. She enters and pulls the zombies with her, but she closes the door and stays outside to protect them. The surprise is that John is still alive and gets in with his brother. Bark drives at full speed, pulling them along. She sees her zombie friend for the last time. As the sun rises, everything seems fine, but something unexpected happens. John turns into a zombie, but they hear a sound coming from the tunnel. The surprise is that it's their father. He says, "I missed you." When he sees John, he asks, why is he acting like that? At this time, the government announces on the radio for people to stay home. They also mention that a small percentage of people are immune to the virus and are humanity's only hope for survival. Since their father hasn't turned, they realize he's immune. Bark comes up with an idea to use his father's immunity. They wrap him in a car to treat the virus by having him bite the zombies' hands to give them immunity. The zombie with them gets treated and becomes one of them. John gets treated. Of course, Bark is the leader of the campaign. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos. See you next time.